inside of the bathroom, and they'll get some insight as to what's going on. Sick already pushing up inside of you all as well. Paint shells out just to create some space, but now stuns out in tens with an initial one. Also push forward his gate crash, could possibly dive deep into sight when necessary, but it's still Sentinels. Hell of a grasp on this site and worried about the flank as well. They'll take out one, but now it's just nature as tens take down Kyedae.
From tens, working out very well so far. Dapper also able to move in and pick up one for himself here and ultimately close things out with the final kill as well. The entry
round of Geng so far. They're going to get it yet again here, so we'll see if things change up. But here it happens right now. Tens catches him off guard, pops right out of the ult.
Oh my god!
Oh my! What a play from Tens.
I can't.
Fury out here for Sentinels.
Holy shit!
Locking up the site, and it's just an ult
I'm
fiesta.
sorry.
They pitch 3 in, and Tens is going to get yet another kill. Geng
and just so you guys are aware, with the Yoru ult, for those of you guys who don't know, you pull out your weapon 2 times faster than somebody else.
Down due to decay. They can't do a single thing about this. Michael, as well as nature, locked cleanly out of sight.
So you can
going down here. Like we said earlier, doesn't really matter because you still have the pit being deployed out.
So you can exit your ult and you can instantly shoot them faster than what somebody else could pick up.
There's far too much utility being deployed against from Kyedae as well. Try and put Geng into a better position, but GMD walking behind the execute somehow is able to take down Sick.
It's going to be GMD to try and control space with this raise utility. Paint shells out first and showstopper now. No RPG. Tens literally goes right in behind him. And
fucking camper, bro. Ew. He was camping the orb.
But now Geng finally have an opportunity. Seekers out trying to find any of these stragglers. She'll slot it in behind the
It works, but that's so cringe.
GMD has been isolated out and taken down by the dimensional drift, so he just can't catch a break, it seems, over these past few rounds. Regardless, though, plant on the ground, but the Sentinels are in established post-plant scenarios. That dark cover could be great because the only other angle they had against this just got killed. That was Dapper over towards Garden. They can hard hold this defuse now, more than likely get it. They're trying to spam it. There we go. Shazam finds out the first target trying to defuse here. Nature looking to support, but can't maintain. He's the last to fall, and the Sentinels get it
for Geng to try and do. And honestly, this seems like a very big Sentinels play. Michael gets traded out. He'll hand over a judge, but it's not truthfully going to matter. Tens will end up.
He's going to use the guiding light now, gets the extra intel that they are indeed still pushed up onto B main, but he has no support. He's still alone here. He's got to be very cautious with the way he plays his forward position, as he can get caught out if he's not careful. But instead, he's going to catch Sick. The flash as well to find.
Whoa!
Shutting both of the players down to try to commit to the push, but he's got more on the way from Hookah, and unfortunately, is finally going to fall to that. Tens takes him down, and the plant will go down.
It's not cringe chat. I'm joking. What we're
Tens are though.
I'm kind of just like
winnable for Geng.
2v3.
Kind of memeing.
It's definitely doable for both of these squads right now, but it all starts now with Tens. He'll be able to get the initial frag. He's looking for the ace if he can get it. The stun out, and Sentinels. What is that?
Holy,
right
the last two are
blender,
so
John.
low.
Just take him to the
Well
kitchen.
played, well played.
This is ridiculous.
The gas grenades in the way here, though. Poison Cloud blocking off access, but that'll be going away pretty soon. You can see Nature's getting low on the toxin, so it's going to have to bring both of those down. We're also going to see the pit come out pretty much immediately after that, though. That, I believe, is coming from the Sentinels, so Kyedae's position could be big if he specifically finds out onto Dapper, but can't get the lock. Zoms instead gets the kill, and a second to follow that one up. Nature does trade on the Sick, but that's just seconds before Nature himself goes down. It's a 4v3. We've got the pit deployed out on the site, and in just a moment, the plant should be going down.
What's the process of becoming a mod? I'm not looking for mods at the moment, but if you follow my Discord, or like if you're in my Discord, then we normally give updates on that.
GMD more than likely just simply waiting here. Doesn't have paint shells or anything else, all except for his blast packs, and that's what he'll use to try and create some space inside of there. Now ult out for Skies. Michael will get one spraying on through. Tens trying to assist now as they have not been able to get this spike down, and it's been dropped actually right outside of the A site. It's going to be up to the Sentinels now.
Do you guys notice how they're checking every corner and looking back because they're so unsure of like the Yoru orb? Chat?
What has happened thus far? Obviously that Viper ult still working out in the defensive, or excuse me, offensive favor. The Dapper gets taken down. That'll drop. Tens gets in behind him. He makes the play into the distraction.
No, what the fuck?
He slides out from showers, and he'll also
very well see them onto an eco. But here comes the dimensional drift play, and he's going right past most of his enemies too. Brings himself out, but that does leave Nature in the open. The showstopper not going to be in the right position, but the follow-up from Sick is good enough. The problem is Kyedae still holding on top of Truck. It's the immediate counter on GMD, the first to arrive, which
look for the thing
isn't too surprising to the folks at home. And pretty close to his own showstopper there too, but probably not going to get the chance to deploy inside of this specific round. Zom's setting up those last remaining stars he has in his inventory to block out the re-entry routes there. In fact, only one going to be done by him, another done instead. Genji's smokes bringing out there on their Omen. Not going to pay out though, as we see two more come in for Genji. Hold from the Sentinels is all going to fall to Shazam.
Nice.
Shock Dart's in. That doesn't work, but the peek outright does. Recon Bolt also in there. It's going to get destroyed. Shock Dart to the corner. Won't connect on to Sean, and Sean as well will be able to move himself forward.
Nice try.
Does he have enough time for this defuse?
He does.
Yes, he does.
Obviously.
By only a few
Light
seconds.
shields as well, just to contest a little while longer. It's going to be Genji with an early use of the blind to take out Hookah, but it's immediately traded back by Tens with a beautiful shot.
Wouldn't be too surprising if he takes that at any moment.
And at the moment, there is none being filled up.
It's going to arrive way too late here, especially with the gun power still in play. We're going to see, though, Michael does take down Shazam, and that's full control of the site, gone over to Genji. Now it's all up to Sentinels to retake, and they only have
same with, like,
the
bomb
spawn
plant
angle to work
is for Genji.
It's a great start here for Genji, getting that spike down and putting the Sentinels
Okay, well, I was just letting you guys know.
For the pistol. Down a man, and now trying to defuse. Doesn't seem like they'll be able to stop it. Sick, taking quite a bit of damage, and finally, they'll be able to get him off of it, but he's got it halfway done. Only thing is now Sick into the 1 versus 3, very minimal HP. He's trying to round the area,
wow,
see if he can get any disjointed 1v1. So find the
blood out onto the site. Won't go fully in, so they do have a plant avenue here, but it's very, very narrow inside of the pits. Let's be careful about the way they play it. Tens, seemingly with a line up, but unfortunately not. Guiding Light is going to blind him out instead. GMD working his way forward into the site. He's got the showstopper ready to go. He just can't find a target to shoot it at. And even the one that is finally deployed is still off the mark to actually find Shazam. He survives that somehow. Tens and him will continue to maintain pressure at the edge of long. Zoms will start the retake, though, as he takes down Nature. That will also destroy the pit.
That's a big pick for the Sentinels there, as that'll render it useless.
Oh my god.
Down, and Tens, someone that doesn't miss very often, but apparently his misses comes in packs. Well, he won't miss that time around. He takes down Kusta. It's a 1v3 now for Genji, and more specifically Sean. And as well, Spike is planted for him. Still has some Guiding Lights to be able to use. Guiding Light out, but he blinds himself immediately. Swings into it. He'll take down Shazam, looking for the frag, but Tens finally seals it.
Not from Genji to the garden entryway. 3 of their players, in fact, going to commit to that right now, where the other 2 are grouping up in mid, probably going to be working their way in Hookah. It's a 1-to-1 start, though, so not too promising for Genji here, especially with Dapper still being an issue on the inside of Hookah. Takes down Kusta, is going to look to take down the 2 aggressors working their way in naturally for mid, but that gets stopped by Sean. The showstopper's out, but it's going to go way out to left field, and Nature gets away with these 2 kills for 3 overall.
Sorry, Kyedae, but I'm rooting for Genji. I want Blue's hot tub.
Genji with a very high
Peter, what the fuck?
round over the next few seconds.
All right, so explosive from Sentinels, trying to regain control here, but simply cannot get it done. It's going to be the blind from Sean.
As we start to focus once again on the action from Genji, is going to have to face off against this aggressive push, and he's not ready for it. Sick walks right up, and he's looking towards the corner to try to fend off the jump up instead. He is the one that's going to get taken out here. Kusta, at least
toxic smoke, the Viper's pit more than likely going to come out, and that's exactly what will happen as it pours out of showers. They're looking for a plant here at their earliest convenience, but not before Zoms is able to get Sean, and Michael takes down Dapper.
Tom's another one as he's still holding strong inside of the midpoint here. Tens with the wraparound, picks up a very important frag against Kustas.
Nice, Tyson.
Nature also goes
Good
down
job,
to
team.
Tens only a moment later.
Let's go.
He knows he has a target on the other side, goes for the flick, but it's Michael who's just that much better in this situation. Genji trying to find a way out of showers right now.
Boomers rise!
Site as well.
Hello, Spencer. How are you?
To try and combat from any facet here. Finally, somebody tries to take a peek for short, but no. Dapper also.
I hope you're doing well.
Fate. It's down to a 1 versus 5 for Zoms to try and get the
We
Sentinels
lost this first
out of map 1.
Yeah.
See if the hero play can come in from him, but it's just not gonna happen. GMD picks up the final frag, and
a lot of space control.
Tyson's taking one for the team chat. You should be thankful.
Could be a big thing that Sentinels could abuse.
Thank you, Anthony, for the 2 months.
Speaking of abuse, it's going to be GMD abused off rip, as he'll be the first pick here on Icebox, and Sentinels already set up for success when it comes to their defensive half. Sean's going to get traded out as well, as it's a quick execute onto B.
See Michael trying to sneak around here to really hold and maintain full control over the B site. Problem here for the members of MG that have pushed themselves forward as we have a quick retake working its way in from Snowman. Kusta able to counter that out though with 2 picks on his own here. Now pushes forward. to his own Toxin. He's got to figure out the position of Sick, and unfortunately doesn't have the most HP to work this with. In fact, he may be backing up towards mid right now. We've got the barrier orb that's going to reveal him for just a split second, but that's just how much pressure is working its way down. The good news is Sick can have a barrier orb. The problem is he can't play the angle as well as he did in the previous round. So some members of Gen G are going to be able to sneak through into Kitchen. Dapper sees you managing it for the most part. He's able to go 3 for 1 on a trade. Tens now looking to get the final controlling kills here as he takes down Kyedae. Another member of the team will fall, and ultimately this goes down to the 1v1. Tens as well at 12 HP. This chaos could end us with a win for Gen G after all things are considered and done. Michael has the outright advantage here too. 12 HP versus 100. Kale's gone towards the inside of Kitchen. Try and spot out Tens. Not gonna be able to find him so easily though, as he's down below Snow Pile.
Oh,
he's able to find out Mikhail, but no, Mikhail gets the win against Tens.
This is troublesome now for Sentinels as Shazam will lose Kitchen. Hunter's Fury out to try and stop the plant from happening, but it's going to be a counter's Hunter Fury as well as Sean pushes forward for Gen G. He'll take down Dapper, and that means that a spike plant more than likely coming just around the corner. It's down to Zoms and Tens, and this is honestly the utility that you want on Tens to try and handle this. It's going to be a paint shell in right at the feet of Mikhail. He dips out. He'll be able to live as he bounces right inside of the box. Tens rounding out though, has to deal with this Viper's pit now as he works the outside. Gonna be the screen up yet again here for Viper as well, so making things quite easy, but Sens bursts right through it. He knows that more than likely the Viper is in here as well, and the boom bot will assist in that. Trying to figure out exactly where he is, but Zoms, actually Kyedae will rotate on the outside of yellow. This has been played out so well so far from Gen G. It's down to Mikhail, and Mikhail alone up against Tens.
Tyson.
He can't find the space, but does he have the time? I don't believe
he
so.
has
I
time.
believe Tens
There's
is
no way.
actually going to be able to
What do you mean?
get
Yes, he
this,
does.
and yes.
What are these casters?
Like we've been talking about. So obviously Sentinels want to right this ship. Gen G does not have the opportunity, at least in the Sentinels' eyes, to try and win this series, and that's exactly what Tens is delivering with that round. A singular bullet takes down GMD in mid.
Casual from Tens, I like it. But we're going to start to see more frags start to roll out from Sentinels' camp as well. 2 more pickups from them, but they responded.
How the fuck is that biased when I'm saying that the caster said he had no time when he had time?
Sentinels though at a 3v2 right now.
Are you good?
Sean and Kyedae still left up alive on the attack. They've got the control swept out from yellow.
What?
They just have to be very cautious. They don't necessarily know what the full setup looks like on the back site. Very worried about players that could peek out from one of those lanes and shut down the rest of this play. End up seeing the rest of it move forward here. Sean with a very nice find against Shazam equalizes out the player count. Down to a 2v2. Paint shells as well will force the rotate from Sick out into the open, and Sean will also catch that. He's up to 3 kills on this round. Here's the flight from Tens. First kill's a miss, but the follow-up is successful against Kyedae. 1 more to take down. Will he get it? No! The
nice try, Ty.
Sean wins it out as he gets the closet to make sure that won't get any additional info. Away from this, it's still Gen G trying to figure out the best path forward. GMD has found an opening as he's worked his way up pipe for free. Now, the in the site needs to have the rest of his team support him. He'll be able to spot out 1 player, but dies before he can make an impact. Zoms will take GMD down, and then Hale able to move in, find himself another pickup here before this comes down to the wire. The rotates are here from the Sentinels, and they have the advantage as a result of it. Down to a 3v2. Nature evens us back out. More importantly, the spike goes down on the ground, and a miss from Shazam on the right click gives Nature an opportunity to frag out again. Mikhail backs up though, too close to the wall. Tens will spot that out, but as he moves in to try to clutch it, it is not going to pan
he killed him with his
we'll end up seeing the attack come out on top of this one.
Especially if he doesn't have a Vandal, but you know what he will be able to do? Blast pack right into sight and then get shot by Tens. That's what he can do. Blast pack out for Tens to try and hold him back.
Oh, he's gonna get timing so hard.
And no, it's gonna be Nature actually that works his way up through 410 to take down Tens. Speaking of which, Shazam with the trade, Kyedae with the trade as well. It's just back and forth across the board, and Sentinels finally getting something done here.
Zoms has a node.
Top-down view of things. Kyedae does see the action starting to boil out. He'll call for the rotate, but here's going to be the problem. Kyedae, you can see those rotates are pretty far away, and he is, well, very much alone here on the site. So throws out all of his toxic utility to try to smoke this off, but ultimately we'll just have to wait for his teammates to rotate in. It'll be a full 5-on-5 post-plant here, and Sentinels will have more than enough time to set themselves up. They will be cautious, though. Kyle is working his way in for a pinch, but he's very much being watched. However, This timing can work out so well. Kyle walks in.
Oh my god, no way.
But Zoms wins it anyway. Nature and GMD, though, both pick up wins outside on the site itself, ultimately drifting this further into the favor of Sentinels. GMD has to be the hero here, but no.
Either way, though, now down to the Sentinels to try and get this
Oh
execute
my
to go
god.
off, and it starts off without a hit. Shazam getting one, but GMD finally with the refrag from Raptors. He's going to continue to be able to hold this down whilst Kusta works across and through Maze. He'll get yet another. Mikael tags one up for a third in the Gen G camp. Now down to a 3v2. Dapper finally fighting fire with fire. He'll take two as well. It's a triple for him on the round, and it's all left up to Sean. Paint shell in hand, but chooses to keep it inside of his pocket anyway.
Kyle getting taken down about 10 seconds ago. GMD gonna try and stop the swing now, but he can't land the shots. Zoms takes him down. It's Nature completely through the smoke, then instead gets that first response onto Tens, but it's just a small gesture at this point. Sean might be able to get something going with the paint shells, and the other issue is Tens is now back in the fight as he's been revived.
Oh, this is terrible right now for Gen G. It's a 3v5 after that res. Make it a 2v5 now. Dapper's gonna try and go huge. Oh, what a play for the Sentinels. Right out of. It's gonna be a B stack here as well for Gen G. He'll get stunned out as Kusta's actually up and onto the boxes. He'll be able to take out Sick on the entry. A good read as well with the recon dart. So they'll have to shift and go somewhere else instead.
Nate is the best boss.
Garage, the Cloud Burst to be able to assist as well. But as we know, Sean has already worked his way up long using that guiding light earlier on. They're gonna have to try and clear this out. He steps out at a perfect moment. He'll claim one. Can he get the second? He'll at least assist. Kusta trying to get it done from the back of sight. It's a beautiful pinch right now onto Dapper.
Not to buy in entirely, instead
the dude really just took full damage.
Caliber of guns from the previous round here, just because the money for those dead players. It's gonna be a little rough, and that's also gonna be a bit rough there. Dapper, a clean opener, 2 kills going all his direction there, and Sick makes it 3 with another one just outside of short. That's GMD going down. Nature and Sean, the only 2 players left alive here for Gen G. It seems that bonus round not really going to be going their way with the way things have wound up currently. They are set up on the A site to counter out this aggression. It was looking for a moment like Sentinels were going to rotate out.
Oh, nice, Tyson.
But it's a 2v5. They're going to dive in on this one. They know they're in a very forward position to play off here for the rest of Sentinels. He's all the way inside of the garage window. He's not going to get aggressive with this either. I think he's just going to sit here. But paranoia from GMD as
Peeker's advantage. Holy shit.
Sean, so that'll read out the Sentinels members. But who else will? Be Kusta with a hell of a flick as he takes down Shazam. A reset here from Tens is Sean.
Holy shit.
Holding things back inside of short. It's going to be Kusta yet again for a beautiful frag, but not before Tens takes him down after he updrafts on top of the boxes.
Really good shot.
Tens trying to make it work for his team. Out of short, free-firing everything he possibly can, but Sean with a beautiful read will shoot him right through the dark cover. It's all down to Dapper now instead of a 1v3, but he doesn't necessarily have the time in order to make this happen. He'll at least get a frag, a participation.
Send it off at least
VLR.gg. There's a lot of places that you can actually go.
Of Sentinels, however, is now Sean. They have to very well go up against a 3-player push. He's going to get a step ahead of them, however, as he moves out and catches Tens. That's the knives gone to the ground. Obviously, not a huge loss in the economy game there, but still, an ultimate gone by the wayside. Tens not going to be able to assist with that aggressive entry any further. With the fact that they're still down a player, Kusta trying to capitalize upon this now. They're going to end up using the Cosmic Divide, and on top of that, a Gravity Well will stop Sean from pushing directly past it to immediately punish the plan attempt.
Are you older than Jason? No, I'm not.
Still trying to spam in and work past this point, but won't be able to do the damage necessary. In fact, here comes Sean right through the Cosmic Divide, and the rest of the team is not too far behind. Seekers are out to find the positions of the players in mid to get the neural theft going as well to get that information doubly so, but even so, getting on the defuse is a bit of an issue here right now for Gen G. Mikhail tries to go for it, but no! Sen somehow hold on and pick up the cover sent out towards garage and trying to bait them into thinking that they are still going for either the mid.
You are so fucking hot, Tyson. Holy shit!
Upstairs he is, but he's been able to rip 2-player heads off anyway. Nature and Kusta both gone. Tens.
Oh my god.
He's able to dodge out of the way, but the damage is before he take him down.
Ace! No!
More as well, only to go down to GMD on the final kill, but it doesn't matter. The the rest of Sen can easily overwhelm him and pick up the second half pistol.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be an ace.
It's not just Tens inside of heaven.
Let's see if that's going to be the case. Ten's going to immediately get the way that he's going to
Nice
get spotted
try.
out by the drone, but
Oh,
peeks
nice.
soon enough so that Shazam can capitalize on the damage done by Ten's.
Utility when it comes to trying to find
Hello,
intel.
Goody,
Yeah,
you're
they
here.
do still have the camera of nature, but you can run a dog around
Whoa!
and find some people.
Holy
Makes it a lot
fuck!
easier.
Zoms.
GMD will initially get one.
Hashtag
but
Zoms Nation.
follows up with 2
We
of
love
his
that.
own, and that's spike control.
I
like
find
you
that just
said,
so funny.
inside
Zoms
of sewer.
Nation.
See what Gen G's response is, but as
Mickey,
of right
Mickey for
now,
the gifted
low on
sub.
economy and only having
Thank
these
you guys
2
all so much
rifles,
for
this
your
kill's
subs.
gonna matter a lot. Can Dapper get both? He does, and Sentinels.
Pro
The other
play.
members of this roster too. We're gonna
Oh,
see
nice
Sick
try.
try to burst his way out into the open. Tens right behind him. It doesn't work. For 3 quick kills. One of them's the running
The thing
back.
about
of
pro
course,
play is
as they
that
work
people
their way
get
forward. Shazam is also able to go
replaced
1 for 1.
so
The trades
fast.
do not favor Sen anymore
You know?
at this point in the round here. They're down into the 4v2, the very same
so-
situation that Gen G was dealing with in the last half
Yeah,
for so many
it's
rounds in
shitty.
a row. And now, finally, Gen G gets some revenge here. He's gonna put that pressure right back onto Sentinels. Dapper with the first good refrag though against Sean will open up the potential for these guys to start pushing back out.
And thank you,
Well, for the Sentinels.
Bjorn, for the
Onto the
QA.
retake now. I have utility down here for Gen G as GMD pushes himself forward with the Shrouded Step. An opportunity here to continue to hold this down. Astro utility in tow as well as Kusta's got the cross. This is not looking too hot for Dapper as well as Zoms as he's the last remaining member for the Sentinels, and he's simply just going to hold the exit. Can't
And
do
thank you,
much
Precious
more.
Beauty, for the 6 months in
Definitely
advance. Thank
around
you.
going in favor of-
This was going to be a light defense as they worked their way in, and they were correct to assume so. The rotates
Kinda
are
should've
here
filled
from
for
Sen,
Sentinels,
but
they
once
would've
again,
been
it's going to be
undefeated.
tough to get back out onto the site here now. However, despite that fact, they've gotten 3 untraded
You are
kills
so
here.
beautiful,
Kusta
Tyson.
finally responding
You don't
with one,
understand.
but it seems like it's
That is
far
so
too much
sexy.
pressure, far too
Holy.
quickly from
I don't
Sen,
wanna scream
and they
because I don't wanna hear your
retake it
guys'
with no
ears.
problems whatsoever.
Insane.
That was a
He's gonna get
beautiful
caught in his uptrap mid-coin, so ends up being caught off guard, and now Dapper trying to find some kills via the info he's getting, but none of it able to be secured from that heaven position. It's gonna be the plant for Gen G
They're
and
gonna
a
be playing
full-on
Honor off stream.
5v5
I don't
assault
know.
here
I
going
might
into the post.
play off stream. We'll see.
Sick ready to move back in quickly. Got the run it back available here too if they want to try and use that for a free re-entry piece of utility here. But the one-way Cloudburst is going to be rough as Sen tries to go forward. It's actually 10 to take the first step, and as a result of that, he's going to go down 6. Run it back is going to get taken out, and well as Dapper just a few seconds later from that. So Sen trying to make some bit of an effort here, but once again, when it comes to that A site, if they give over to the control to Gen G and are not able to at least kill
Who's 1 in
some of them
15?
here, it just seems like it's a complete miss on the retake
Mikhail
before it even begins. And this is going to be
is-
another example of that, as Sen are now falling back and calling for the save here, and Gen G are going to get their 9th round on the board. 3 more for them, and they take it to OT.
You almost have to feel bad for Gen G.
Play for. That's a Cosmic Divide being the most obvious one that now works its way out onto the C site. There's immediately players in position. Sick, though, splitting up this attack, and this is going to be problematic here for Gen G. It comes down to just Shazam as well as Zoms to play out the rest of this round for Sentinels, and they're holding. Nature, now the last hope here for Gen G. He's going to move forward, but falls in Shazam, and that'll be the end of it as Sentinels take the map.
G.
And the series 2-1. We'll be right back.